Hey pals, welcome to episode 24 of the podcast with Paige the Framer. I am Paige Miller, your host, and thanks for joining me. Holy mackerel, episode 24, right? I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of episodes. For me anyway. Okay, so I'm Paige the Framer on Instagram, Ravelry, and Periscope. So please follow me in those places if you feel so inclined to keep up with what I'm up to. My website for my shop, which is Frame and Fiber, is frameandfiber.com. My shop is a picture framing and a yarn shop, custom picture framing and yarn shop here in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And I also have a shop on Etsy. It's Frame and Fiber NJ, and there you will find a lot of my commercial yarns and some of my indie dyed yarns that I sell here at the shop. But you'll also find picture frames that I've made using Mrs. Brown's fabric for my fabric craft mats. So check out my Etsy shop if you're interested in any of that. So like I said, thank you for joining. It's been a week since my last recording. It's been a week since my last confession. But I have a few things to show you, a few things to talk about. I have some video footage that I'm going to be inserting as well, and I'm going to make this as quick as possible because it's Tuesday and I want to get my butt to beach knitting as soon as possible. So let's start off with upcoming events that I would like you guys to be aware of. I am hoping for the next virtual knit night that I host to be on Thursday, June 28th from 7 to 9 p.m. And I invite all of you out there who would like to join me to please join. It's a fun evening. Basically, you'll be knitting in your house. I'll be knitting in my house. And you will use zoom.us to dial into a virtual conference meeting. And we'll go from there. I think the last week when we did it, it was about 9 to 12 people. I can't remember exactly how many, maybe 10 of us were knitting together. Some new people, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciated seeing some newbies. And it was great seeing, catching up with some people who I haven't seen in a while. So virtual knit night is a great way to get together with friends of Frame and Fiber. If you do have any questions about virtual knit night and how to join, there is a Facebook group that I have started for the VKN. It is called VKN with Paige the Framer. So if you're interested in joining us, send a request to that group to join the group, and that's where I post all of the information on how to get into the meeting. Yeah, so look into that. It's really fun. I didn't say this before, but anything that I mention will be linked below. Okay, so the next thing is, I've already said it, I can't wait to get this podcast done this time so I can get my butt to the beach. So Tuesday evenings is beach knitting. Beach knitting is at 6 p.m. every Tuesday night in Bay Head, New Jersey. It's so much fun. You can find information about that on my, not Facebook. Well, yeah, you can find information about that on my Facebook page, which is Frame and Fiber, or you can find information about that on my website, frameandfiber.com. And I'm excited because I talked to Sue of Legacy Fiber Arts, and I will be helping her I will help, what's correct? She? No, I won't be helping she, I'll be helping her. I will be helping Sue and Chelsea at Needles Up again this year. So I'm excited. Their tickets sold out in a blink. So their tickets are just for their VIP hour. The rest of the 4-hour event is open to the public, so you don't need a ticket to get in. But I'm excited. I had such a blast this last time with them in Maryland, and I can't wait to do it again in Rhinebeck. I did help them out in Rhinebeck as well, but you know, it's a full year now since I helped them the first time, and I feel much more confident in my abilities to be a good helper. So it was fun. I hope you guys are planning on going. It's going to be great. I know it's still June and we're talking about Rhinebeck, but it's exciting. All right, let's move on. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk to you about, or the last two things I want to talk to you about. First is the 3-color cal that I have hosted with Liz Zimmerman. That knit along has come to a close. I believe Liz has locked the thread, and I'm not almost positive. I know she's already picked a winner. So I can't tell you who the winner is yet because I have to wait for Liz to get back from Scotland. Bad planning on our part. We totally didn't think about it, but winner has been chosen and will be announced next week when Liz gets back. She's going to announce it on her podcast, and when she does, I'll announce it here. So anyway, the 3-color cal is closed. Thank you all for participating. Congratulations to all of you who have finished an object, and wear them with pride, people, because they're all stunning. All of the pictures that you guys put in the FO thread were really pretty, so congratulations. And so that, so I wanted to also talk about that because that brings me into the giveaway that I'm doing here through on my Ravelry page. So I announced a couple weeks ago that I'm doing a giveaway. And the giveaway is in celebration of this channel, my YouTube channel, reaching over 500 subscribers. And it's so exciting. It's really cool that you guys, all 500 of you, want to hang out with me. That's really cool. And it hasn't closed yet, so you can still head on over to my Ravelry group page, which is Friends of Frame and Fiber, and you can enter to win the giveaway. I will close that giveaway when my Instagram account reaches 1,500 followers. I just checked and we're at 1,497, so 3 more followers and I will be closing that thread. So get your entries in if you haven't already. I am giving away 3 skeins of yarn, and I was inspired to give these specific 3 away. Well, because they look great together, but also because I did, for the 3-color cal that I hosted with Liz, I did the Suburban Wrap by Locatelli using 3 colors by these 3 indie dyers. So I wanted to share with you guys just these beautiful yarns. So on the Ravelry page, or the Ravelry thread, to enter to win, please list or tell me what pattern that you'd like to make that calls for 3 different colors of fingering weight yarn. There's a ton of patterns that are so popular right now that use 3 colors of fingering weight yarn that I thought it would be appropriate to kind of carry over the 3-color cal into my subscriber giveaway. So, and please list a pattern that you don't own already, because the winner will receive that pattern as part of their gift as well. So this is the yarn, you guys. If you haven't seen my last episode, or if you have seen my last episodes, you've seen these. So these are the 3 colors that you will win. The 3 beautiful yarns. Legacy Fiber Arts, Moonstone Dye Works, and Sweet Sparrow Yarns. Beautiful, beautiful yarns. They look so incredible together. I wish I could show you. Let me see if I can turn these 2 upside down. The colors are pretty darn perfect. So I think they would make a really great 3-color project. A shawl would be perfect. So head on over to the Ravelry page and Ravelry group page and enter to win that prize. Like I said, as soon as I reach 1,500, I'm closing the thread and I'll pick the winner. Yay! All right, shall we move on? I want to talk about some knitting. Oh shoot, I forgot my swatches. Oh, rats. Okay, so the next knitting project that I want to talk to you about is my finished object. So that's right, I finished my Suburban Wrap. by Locatelli. It's one of the prettiest things I've ever seen. It's all blocked and beautiful, but I did not weave in my ends yet, so I guess technically it's not an FO. But maybe I'll do that on beach knitting today. I'll just weave in my ends. So I'm moving back here so you can see this puppy. Oh, still move back even further. Isn't it gorgeous? I am thrilled with the way this came out. Yep, absolutely thrilled. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Seriously, like, pretty. I don't really do pretty that often, so look at my ends, but whatever. It's gorgeous. Yes, I am pleased with this. I'm pleased with the way this came out. I am pleased with the end result. I didn't love the knit for, I can't really place my finger on why I didn't love the knit. In the beginning, I didn't love it. Pardon. So at the beginning of the knit, I did not love. I did not love. But then I started to love it. I'm pretty into the process of knitting. Pretty into the process? I'm into the process of knitting. Sometimes I knit and I don't really care about the end result. It was more something in the project I wanted to learn, so I'll give things away. Or I'll use them as a sample here at the shop, something like that. Like, I like the process of making. I need to have my hands going at all times. So sometimes when I'm knitting and I don't love what I'm doing, I usually love it. That's why this was so odd to me that I didn't. But I think I got past the hating of the knitting, and then I got somewhere around here and I started loving it again, or started loving it. So I'd say I only hated knitting about 1/3 of it, so that's not so bad. But this thing is beautiful. Not really a triangle shape, but let me just throw it on like this anyway. I so love it. So I had a question for you guys. I blocked it. I wet blocked this. Actually, I soaked it for quite some time because I forgot about it. I was soaking it on Saturday and then people came in and it sat in the water for quite some time. But I didn't weave in my ends before I blocked it. I'm just curious, what do you guys do? Do you block it first and then weave in your ends? Do you weave in your ends and then block it? How do you do this? I know, like, I've heard the different, you know, I've heard it said that you should weave in your ends after, that way everything's been pulled and you can, I don't know, but then I think if you weave in and then block, that when the fibers bloom, it'll bloom with everything in place. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Okay. Is there anything else I want to tell you about this? I don't think so. I bet you I'm leaving out all kinds of information that you'd like to know, and I'm forgetting. Any questions, comment below. I'm sorry. I've got beach knitting on my mind. All right, so the next finished object that I want to talk to you about is a picture frame. And for that, I think I need to move this way back. I've got my notes. Oh. This thing is gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna insert a video in here as well, for sure. Let's get that in the frame. So this is a shadow box that I had been working on for quite some time for a customer. So this took a little bit of time to do, only because I had to plan it out and then find those antique doorknobs. They're so pretty. I found them on Etsy, of course. And these are handbags that were handmade, hand beaded, hand sewn by my customer's great-grandmother. They were made, he thinks, approximately 1915, somewhere in there. So they're 100 years old, and the workmanship is incredible. This customer has brought in so many pieces that his great-grandmother has made. She was a great sewist, So, and she also knitted. But yeah, this was a really fun project to do. The only thing about it that I probably would change if I could, if it were mine, I don't love the background. I'm not in love with the texture of that bluish color. The blue looks nice with both purses, because both, which you can't really see because you're far away, maybe in the video you'll see it. It does look great with the color, but in my head I was envisioning this more. So if you guys have ever been to the Biltmore estate in North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina, and have taken the tour there, the Biltmore has the biggest, most beautiful framed tapestries. And there are a few things that they have hanging in objects framed very similar to this, and the background was all black. And I just loved how that looked. It had a very museum quality to it, but it also just had this, I don't know, because it was black, everything just kind of faded away and you really saw the objects. So I really would have liked to have done a plain black background, but my customer really wanted to go with the blue. So that's where you compromise. when you're doing custom work for someone else, commissioned work, you need to compromise. And I think it was a great compromise. He did go with a frame that is very Biltmore-esque, which, you know what, I'm not going to show you guys this now because I'll probably drop it. I'll show you that in the video. But the frame itself is, you would definitely see something like this in the Biltmore estate. So I love it, absolutely love it. I love the way it came out. So the whole reason why, and I was excited to do this project because my customer, we compromised on the color and we compromised on how they were hung, and I came up with the idea of these antique doorknobs. And I just thought in my head that she made these bags for specific maybe functions, or maybe she, functions, what do I mean by function? Events, like weddings, or I don't know, something special like that. And so I was picturing her and her husband going to a wedding, being all glitzed up and all dolled up and just having a beautiful night, and then coming home tired from dancing and tired from laughing and drinking and having fun with friends, and taking the bag as she was undressing and just hanging it on the doorknob of her closet, because she would just deal with emptying out all the contents tomorrow morning. She was too tired. So she just hung it over the doorknob. That's what I do when I get home from a party. So I just thought it would be appropriate to have them hanging on something like that. And those doorknobs are probably, I wouldn't say they're from 1915. They're more like 1920s, but they look good. All right, very cool piece. Okay, I have some favorites to share with you this week. So, at one point during the week, you guys know that I film during the week and then I put this all together after, right? So, at some point last week, I had done a video on some of the things I had received at the shop, so I hope you like it. I'd like to show you guys some of my recent acquisitions. Some of these are personal things that I bought, or a gift, or some things that I bought for the shop. So it's not too much, but I wanted to share a few things with you. These are makers who I am glad to know. I am thankful to have met them, and it's really cool to see where they are going in their businesses and what they're making. So let me jump into it and show you some of these. So first up is a gift. Liz is the co-host, along with her sister Leanne, of the Cocktail Hour at the Coop podcast. I highly encourage you to check that one out because not only are they talented makers, but they're pretty entertaining. So I promise you won't be bored watching them. So Liz is a very talented maker, and she started doing, I believe it's linoleum block printing, and she made this bag for me. Isn't this the coolest bag? A little bee. On their most recent episode, oh my gosh guys, there's the bee on the back too. So Liz talks about this bag, this project that she did. She has a ton of bags and totes that she's made, and they're in her Etsy shop. So if you check out Cocktail Hour at the Coop, you will see on their episode 9, I believe, 9 or 10, the most recent one. What's the title of it? Cheers to Summer. I believe that's the one. Liz shows this bag and talks about it, just the process, and she shows you the linoleum blocks that she used to make this bag. So, do you see how cool this is? I'm very spoiled. I think you can use this for anything. I mean, it's a bag, people. You can put anything you want in it as long as it fits. So this might end up staying in my purse and being, because it's a little wristlet, I think I might put my wallet, my cell phone, and a chapstick in here, throw that in my bag, and when I just want to run into a place, I can use this. So I think that's what I'm going to use this for. And the cool part too about this bag is I really want to make, I want to do this. Liz does classes on this kind of stuff, and yeah, look into her, look into what she does over there at Arrow Acres Farms, because they're pretty cool. All right, so that's number one. She made that for me and I love it. She also gave me some stitch markers, which, let me just show you the stitch markers too while we're at it. Do you guys hear that? It's the ice cream man. Hello. Oops. Okay, so here are the stitch markers that Liz gave me. And oh gosh, I apologize for my hands. I was working today and they're all beat up from framing. So guys, they're little honeycombs with the bee to match my bag. I think that's so cool. Oops, let's get that bee. There we go. This shop is, oops, let's move this. Knitty by Nature. Very cool. Thanks so much, Liz. That was a really unexpected present, and I thank you so much. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you was yarn that I bought this week. So my friend Tara, T-E-R-R-A, the coolest name, we met on the internet, so we have not met officially. She lives in Louisiana. This is her company name. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. That's her company name. and she is dyeing yarn. So on Instagram, if you follow her on Instagram, I believe on Instagram she is, did she write it on her? Okay, I believe it's Mitchell's C Fiber Arts on Instagram. She did a post of the inspiration picture and the yarn next to it, and I had to have this yarn. It was so perfect. So I bought 2 skeins. It's incredible. Oops, let me turn this around so you can see the yarn. This is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. So it was a bird. I can't remember what kind of a bird it was. It says on the post, it might have been a woodpecker. But do you see those colors? Oh my gosh, you guys. It's so pretty. So all of her colors are amazing, but it was so neat. I'm sure you guys have seen other dyers put up inspiration photos and then the yarn next to it. And I could not get over how perfect this yarn was with the picture of the bird. It was amazing. I also want to point out how beautiful her black is. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. I have no idea. But it is fingering weight. It is superwash merino, 75/25 nylon. Colorway is Finchy, and it's 463 yards. So it's a really nice fingering weight. I'm gonna open up the skein. I have to open up the skein. Oh my gosh. These colors are incredible. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited about this skein of yarn. Look at those saturated, gorgeous colors. Oh my gosh, look at that yellow. So I might work this up. I don't know, I might do a solid and kind of stripe the solid. I don't know, I'll figure it out. It's going to be something amazing, that's for sure. So that's what I bought from Tara. And then she sent me, which was so sweet, Tara, thank you so much. She sent me a skein of yarn. And I'm tempted to keep this for myself because it's gorgeous and it looks like it might micro stripe. Yeah, it totally looks like it'll micro stripe. Oh my gosh, this will be the coolest pair of socks. So let me, oh, I should have shown it to you in the skein first. All right, I'm going backwards. So let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. Okay. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh. Those colors. Holy mackerel. Okay, so, and then we've got the more natural tone down here. So this will be the coolest micro stripes. I might have to, oh, see, I want to do a pair of socks. Maybe I will keep, maybe I'll do this. I'll keep this pair, this for me, and make a pair of socks, and then give away to you guys one of my skeins of the bird of Finchy. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Tara, it's a conundrum. The gorgeous yarn conundrum. But I do want to give away one of her skeins because they're just so beautiful. I didn't skein this up very lovely, so pardon me. But look at those colors. Oh my gosh. So I would like to give this away. I keep looking at the screen. I'm really sorry. I'm not used to the new camera yet. I would love to give one of these away. I just haven't decided which one. So I'm going to put one of those skeins into the giveaway pile. I have a few things for future giveaways, so that'll be fun. Okay, so check out Tara's yarn dyeing shop. She is on Etsy, which is where I bought this yarn. Her Etsy shop is Mitchell's Mitchell's C. So it's Mitchell, M-I-T-C-H-E-L-L-S-C. Why am I spelling this for you? I'll just put it down here. There you go. And I'll also link below to her her different social media so you can check her out. Very talented lady. Tara, thank you so much. Okay, and then the last acquisition is for the shop. I bought buttons. I'm so excited. I bought buttons for the shop from Remembrance Pottery. So, yep, you heard that right. I have Remembrance Pottery buttons in the shop. Natalie, thank you so much. So let me show you guys just a sampling of the buttons that I have. Oh my gosh, do you see those beautiful buttons? What's this next one? Oh, same thing. There you go. And I have a whole bunch, so, oh my gosh. Let's see. Gorgeous. So these are all the smaller size buttons that I ordered from her. And then these are larger, and they're so perfect for the beach because they're seashells, or seashell inspired anyway. They're so stinking pretty. And then for fun, I ordered a few of the sugar skulls. How cool is that? He's pretty big, so I think he could be a really cool accent on a hat or at like the top of a cardigan. And then you guys are gonna freak out for these. Oh my gosh. Yep, sock buttons. So stinking cute. I definitely want to make some cute hats and put these on the hats because how stinking cute. How stinking cute. And then of course she's so sweet and she sent me a gift. So I just wanted to show you guys just how talented this lady is. So now I need to find a pattern and make a cardigan to use this at like the top, you know, where this, oh gosh, I'm choking myself. You know, just at the top of the cardigan. Thank you, Natalie! And then she also gave me these, and they're beautiful. I don't remember seeing these, so I don't know if they're for sale. Gorgeous, aren't they? So yeah, Natalie's buttons, Remembrance Pottery buttons, are here at the shop. I don't think I'm going to be putting these in my Etsy shop because Natalie sells these in her shop. So you can find her at Etsy, etsy.com, and it's Remembrance Pottery, linked below. So if you are not near to me and you are interested in looking up more of Natalie's buttons, take a look at her Etsy shop. And if you are local and want to pop in and take a gander, they'll be here. All right, guys, that's it for acquisitions. Thank you so much for indulging me and letting me show off some of my friends and their making skills. So thanks. Bye. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is sample knitting. Periodically, I put out a call for samples to be knitted for the shop because, as you guys know, samples make for a very lovely shopping experience in a yarn shop, but I can't possibly knit them all, especially when I have to do the picture framing. So I have had so many amazing friends and knitters who I have not even met who have made samples for my shop. And so I just wanted to show you a couple that I just received last week, or this week. Yeah, last week, whatever. So Lee, I want to talk to Lee and thank you so much for making me yet again 2 more samples for the shop. So Lee is, I can't remember what her Instagram name is. I'll put it down here. So Lee made 2 hats for me. And let's see if I should have them on something. So this is using Malabrigo Rios and Cascade 220, the Cascade 220 wool. It's the Brooklyn tweed pattern, the turn the square hat. I always wanted this in the shop and I just never got around to making it. Look how great those colors are together. So this hat is adorable. So thank you so much, Lee, for making that one. And then she also made the Graham hat, which I can't remember who the pattern writer is. I'll link all of that at the bottom. This is in Cascade Eco Alpaca. And it's a really pretty slouchy hat. I wanted a bunch of hats made for the fall because I have some mannequin heads that I want to paper mache in pretty paper and then put the hats on it for display. So thank you, Lee, for making these. I really appreciate it. And of course, me being the spoiled brat that I am, Lee is a sewer and she made me a couple DPN holders. She's correct in saying that this fabric had my name on it. Because there's cats and yarn balls. Cats and yarn balls, guys. Tricky cats. So, Lee, thank you for that. Oh, and let me show you her tag. Woolly bags. Woolly bags. That's such a cute name. I get to meet Lee for the first time in Maine this year when I go to the Knitting Pipeline Retreat. I'm super excited. But she made me a second one. Out of this just like, I don't know, fun. Oh, it's so pretty. The inside. They're beautiful. I just love these fabrics. But I feel like a brat keeping both of them. So I feel like I should share this with you guys. So this is going to go into my giveaway pile. I feel like when I get prizes, I need to share the wealth and share it with you guys. So this little DPN holder is going to make its way into a giveaway in the future. And this one is going to make its way into one of my project bags. Thank you, Lee. You're the best. So if you're interested in knitting for frame and fiber, you can check out my sample, the list of samples that I have on Ravelry on the Frame and Fiber, Friends of Frame and Fiber page. I've said that 5,000 times during this podcast. It better be the right name. But yes, check that out. And some of the patterns that are on there are ones that I might, well, let me strike that. I need to revise that list, I guess. There's some patterns on there that I'm like, maybe I don't want them for the shop. And then there are so many new patterns that I have to add to that list. So if you knit and you love something, just comment below something that you would like to see that you think should be in a local yarn shop, a pattern that you think should be in a local yarn shop, because I could use that help for sure. Because there's so many beautiful things. So contact me however you feel like contacting me. If you would like to knit for me, if you have contacted me already and I haven't sent you yarn yet or I haven't responded, it's most likely because I'm a scatterbrain and I either forgot because I'm a scatterbrain, or it got lost in the shuffle. So feel free to email me or message me a second time. I'm thinking of one in particular, a person in particular who I have to send yarn out to. Okay, so last but not least, I'm gonna share with you a snippet from last week's knitting on the beach. It was fun, it was cold. There was only 2 of us because it was pretty darn windy and chilly. Oh no, strike that, there were 3 of us. So it was pretty windy, but I got some great footage, so I hope you like it. Well, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, and please subscribe if you haven't yet, and thumbs up for this video if you like it, and I'll catch you next week. Bye! That was weird. What's happening? Sorry, I just got distracted. Ooh. Let me do that again. A bus just drove by. Okay, so start over, right? Where was I? Oh my gosh.
When they're babies, they'll eat each other.
Well, they'll totally eat each other.
Dead babies.